been enacted. It does not have to be this way. The promissory note of liberty, justice, and the pursuit of happiness is within reach if only the people, including our communities of faith, governmental authorities, and society at large, have the will to make good on its promises. Indeed, we should hear the case for reparations in that same speech from Reverend Dr. King. We must work to make it a reality today. Dr. King continued, "We refuse to believe that the Bank of Justice is bankrupt. We refuse to believe that there are insufficient funds in the great vaults of opportunity of this nation. And so we have come to cash this check, a check that will give us, upon demand, the riches of freedom and security of justice. This is no time to engage in the luxury of cooling off or to take the tranquilizing drug of gradualism. Now is the time to lift our nation from the quicksands of racial injustice to the solid rock of brotherhood. Now is the time to make justice a reality to all God's children. Yes, may we make it so. But how? In the Gospel of Luke, John the Baptist begins a public ministry to prepare the way for Jesus, and crowds start coming to him in the wilderness to be baptized. And the crowds asked him, "What then should we do?" In reply, he said to them, "Whoever has 2 coats must share with anyone who has none, and whoever has food must do likewise." Even tax collectors came to be baptized, and they asked him, "Teacher, what should we do?" He said to them, "Collect no more than the amount prescribed for you." Luke chapter 3, verse 10 through 13. After admonitions for tax collectors came admonitions for soldiers. John's message in Luke's gospel is squarely about justice and repair, echoing the Hebrew prophets and Mary's Magnificat, in a call for the just distribution of resources, equal protection under the law, and repair of the breaches in society. Fast forward to today. Individuals, congregations, and the systems and structures of society in the 21st century are in need of models answering that question. What then should we do to be engaged in effective anti-racist, pro-repair ministry and policy? Taken with Dr. King's reminder of the urgency of the moment and the promise of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Luke chapter 3 provides guidance to all of us on the case for reparations. These instructions from Luke chapter 3 to share resources freely and abundantly, to act justly and equitably in economic and political matters, and to restore the people, soldiers, tax collectors, and faith leaders into right relationship with one another, echo the recommendations of creating a culture of repair, taking action on the road to reparations, by the Reverend Dr. Robert Turner. This insightful and instructive book provides important steps, in fact 100 of them, that individuals, communities, institutions, and spiritual authorities can take to atone for the sin of racism and repair the breach of white supremacy. In the Hebrew Bible, the Lord laments to the prophet Ezekiel, "I sought for anyone among them who would repair the wall and stand in the breach before me on behalf of the land, so that I would not destroy it. But I found no one." This book is an invitation to all individuals, congregations, communities, governmental, and other institutions to be the one to stand in the gap. Because if we ever are to repair the cruel injustice of systemic racism and white supremacy, we must engage in the work of restitution. Let us heed the words of the Reverend Dr. Robert Turner and walk the road to reparations and build a culture of repair.